Hello again. This is my third tutorial. Look how much makeup just came off of my face. Okay. My face is going to love me after this. So this is going to be our tutorial for kind of the ensemble cats, which you guys can take some variations on this, but the main important things that you're going to want to keep the same are the way you do your eyes, and the way you place your white on the face, because you always want your cheekbones to kind of be highlighted. It's like a common thing I've noticed in most of the pictures I looked at from Broadway, were that they keep this very white, because the whiter that is, the more you're going to be able to see your eyes, the more you're going to be able to see your expressions. If you just paint your face brown, and most of your face brown, you're not going to see most of your expressions. You're going to lose yourself under the lights. So we really want to keep your eyes and your cheekbones highlighted with white, as well as some of your forehead and your nose. But I'm going to show you some variations on this, but I need a new sponge. Give me a moment. Here. Like, one of my cats is in the room right now. Okay, so here we go. We are going to want to, there's one part of our faces we are going to want to keep predominantly white. And under your eyes, it's going to allow us to see ourselves a little bit more. There we go. There are some exceptions to this rule. Obviously, the all-white cats are going to be all white, and some of the Siamese and spotted cats are going to have spots in different places. Sorry, I was looking at a picture here, so let me just go back to it quickly. A lot of these patterns also are good with kind of the white coming down the forehead and down the bridge of your nose. It's going to highlight your most predominant features. And that is important because we want to see your expressions. And I was watching the other night, and the two girls' makeup I did look great. Some of the lighting is very blue, and you could lose yourself. So we want to make sure that when we do things, we do them bold, because what looks bold to you, you know, with lines, will look very faint to an audience most of the time. So thick lines really can't hurt. So this is what I'm going to do, just for now. And you could do variations on this, but you're definitely going to be doing variations in color according to your costume, and variations in stripe and pattern. Go. And of course, if you have primer, put that on first. And then always do the white first. Always do the white first. And I'm going to blot out my eyebrows, because I feel like I saw Courtney's, and she did a great job blending her bases and her colors, and I'm very proud of you. But she could have elaborated a little more on her eyebrows and her eyes, making them more cat-like, because you don't want to lose a lot of your cat-like features, especially with the eyes, because what makes a cat is their eyes. Think about how many times you've heard the phrase cat eyes. It's very important. So, next you're going to add whatever color, but I forgot to blot out my eyebrows, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to blot out my eyebrows so I could show you girls. This one's probably going to be more for the girls, and I'll try to make one with the guys that the guys can go off of with, like, Rum Tug Tugger makeup. But, so, I'm just going to do this. Kind of blot out partially my eyes, because I'm probably going to have them trail out in a more upward cat-like motion, because we don't want our, eyebrows to be boring human eyebrows. It's going to remind the audience, hey, we're human, which we don't want that, right? So let me get a little of this going on. I don't know what color cat I want to be. What color cat do I want to be? I'm going to just mix yellows and browns because that's pretty basic. So I'm going to try to do this lightly because it is hard to get this to go a little more tan. There we go. So I'm just going to do some stripies, and I'm going to start my stripies going like this to my forehead, just for fun. I'm not doing any particular cat. I'm just kind of doing a generic cat. Which we don't want this to be too light, because if it's too light, the audience will just look very tan. So I'm going to put a little more in. And if we create a harsh line at first, we can fade down and look cool. It'll look like you're fading. Your fur is different shades. So trying to do these very quickly because I have to do quite a few. I had tons of time. This would look amazing. And, oh yes, so I'm probably going to go with a darker shade under here. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit darker. And this is going to be my fishy face moment, where I'm going to create that cheekbone line. And then I'm going to come down. Forgot to do this with the white. When you're doing your white, also around your mouth. This is going to break it up. Kind of make you look more like the other cat snout is what that word was. I'm going very light on the white because I don't want to waste a lot of it. And there you go. Okay, so now we have our basic whites all done. We keep going on with this brown. My actual cat is crying at the door for me, but I don't want to let her in because I know she's only going to bother me. Miracle, it's okay. I swear to gosh, I'm not making those cat noises on purpose. That is Miracle in the background, and she's offended that she is not here to watch me turn into a cat. I'm just going to go up to where my smile lines are with this brown. I'm probably going to add some more fun colors because brown is kind of a little bit boring. I'm also going to go over this a little more with the white. And you could layer this a little bit, and it's going to give you like a fading type pattern. So if you see yourself having that initial stark line from the white, no worries, just go take some white and go over the line between the brown and the white, and it'll give you a more faded, natural look. And I'm going to do that. A little bit of work here, but not too much, because I might create a line there. We do want that cheekbone there going on. We also don't want it to be that partial line, so I'm just going to blot it a little to make it kind of fade into itself. Where's my brown sponge? I didn't kind of finish it on this side, but okay. So did that a little bit. Now I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, just to kind of give it a different tone. And if you guys have red, there's also red, but you have to be careful and use very little of it because it will turn this brown. But this is cool. If you do this over the brown, it kind of gives it more of a fun, furry, different color. And there's going to go under that. Going a little light with this, but you still do want to be bold, so I'm going to go in with those other colors, but I know a lot of your suits are kind of light. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep this line open. Okay, so now I'm going to do the nose. I love doing the nose because I feel like we start looking like a cat. And I'm only doing, for the feminine one, kind of the bottom of it. The boys should do a little more, but girls, you want to keep it a little bit dainty. I'm going to use a red on my lips. My lips are so big they kind of look ridiculous. Like, if it were actually me, I would follow the line of my lip all the way to the end. But if you have thinner lips, then this is fine. I do not have thinner lips. Now I'm going to start on the cat eyes. Really important. So we're going to go under our eyes like eyeliner. Except then we're going to go up. You know, kind of keep it really super cat-like. And if you feel like, oh my gosh, that's so dark, it's okay because it's on stage, and the darker the better under those lights. I'm going to go over the top. And go down. For this particular cat, I'm going to bring my eyebrows up and out, and I'm going to start them a little down. As I said, think about the expression you want to give your cat. But I always like the eyebrows like this. It's kind of my favorite. I feel like it evokes cat. And if you are going to do them a different way, I'll wipe off and I'll show you another way. You could do this. Remember what I said about the wispies? All hair kind of grows in the same direction. So, when you do your wispies, you kind of want them to all go in the same direction. You hear my roommates outside my room. Okay. So, make all the hair go in the same direction. There we go. And now you have a little more feminine look. You have some expression and movement to your eyes. And now I'm going to go into doing some of that detail. I actually might make some of this makeup a little darker. Some of you do have darker suits. This sponge doesn't like me right now. Having some of these can make it look like stripes as well. So you can make a bunch of different, since we are a variation of cat, think about it. Is your cat going to be stripy? I'm making a tabby cat right now. So, do you want your cat to have chin stripes? actually going to do those with a brush. We'll do palette is not good enough. So I'm going to give me some stripes up here. And that's going to give me a little depth. Making these purposefully into stripes. But you don't have to do that. You can keep them lightly. I'm going to take white. Just a little lightly over them again. If you feel like you make a harsh line, this is how you could tone it down. Go over it a little with white. Let's see. Now the wispies. I'm gonna get real close to you. So I'm gonna use this. I'm saying that my hair is gonna grow this way. So what I'm gonna do is kind of fan it out from here. And since this brown isn't very dark, I might even go back in there with a black. And kind of try to do some wispies. Because this is going to give some more shape to the makeup. And I'm going to do some way. Adding that black, you may think it's harsh against your color, but it's gonna appear really nice on stage, so. I have to fix my chin because I couldn't see in this light. Put a little too much black on. Just gonna use some makeup to go in and fix my oopsie, which I can fix very easily by adding some more brown. I'm just gonna pretend that doesn't exist because I don't feel like fixing it. So, next step to these wispies. It's going to be giving it a little highlight. So take the white, just a little bit under it. That was a little thick. Obviously not as thick as that, but it is very hard for me to see right now what I am doing. Shouldn't be as thick, it should. This is a reminder that hair growth goes in one direction, not in multiple directions. All hair will go one way. So, keep it growing the same way if you're doing a line of hair. If you want to, you don't have to stick to the formula of having white all the way down your forehead. And I'm going to add some yellow. I'm going to do this. Moving it down a little bit. And I'm going to use some of this yellow. I'm going to give it a little more color. Use a little more on some stripey. Get myself that little stripe on my head. It's completely hard for me to see right now. I don't like that it's not completely even. So, I'm going to go back in there, fix it with some white. There we go. And now I'm going to take some brown and just make some fuzzies on the top of my head, all going in the same direction. You don't have to add this many stripes or this much fur. Just trying to give a good example of how to do it. I actually like it when it's a little bolder and a little blacker because I feel like you can see it better. It all starts to come together. I think that's where I'm going to stop with this. So, lessons we have learned from this. Hair growth. Pretend that's an eyebrow. And I did this before, but I just want to remind you guys. Hair growth if you're making fuzzies. It does not go all different directions. It all goes in one direction. That's what's going to make your fuzzies look like fuzzies. And not like a hot mess. One thing I did forget to do, which I will do right now, if I could find a little brush. Of course. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to go in the crease of my eye. And that's where I'm going to put, it doesn't have to be black. I actually like brown, I just have black right here. It doesn't have to be. I actually like brown better because it's a little more subtle. But this is what I have near me. Yay! I don't know how my eyebrows happen to connect there, but yes, they did. I'm going to make that a decision and a choice. Just keep my hair continuing that way. That way I look like I went that way on purpose. There we go. Cool. So my head got a little muddy up here. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to fix that. Here we go. That is where my head got a little muddy. You don't really want to lose your eyebrows, so I'm going to take some of those off. I got carried away with showing you guys how to do wispies. There we go. A little brown back in there. Anything can be fixed. I feel like I made 20 mistakes, and you can just always go back in and fix them. Don't get frustrated with yourself. You will get frustrated with yourself, but don't beat yourself up about it. So this is one cat that you can do. Switch up the colors, particularly. I did a stripe down the middle I didn't like, so I'm gonna take it off. Probably gonna fix that. Now I'm being a perfectionist with my own face. But I did like that I did this, so I'm gonna keep that. It's good. Well, because it shows you how easily you can just wipe off this makeup. And if you don't like something, go back and make something different happen. Now back to the white. Bam. And this looks better with the wigs on, obviously. So now you powder it or whatever, but you see how these are highlighted. You want to keep this highlighted. You can do a variety of stripes. If you don't want stripes, you could just do the colors, but always keep the eyes and the nose kind of the same. That way everyone can help each other. It'll be easy. Eyes, nose. If you want to be a real fancy cat and say you're yellow or orange, you can add some color too. Actually, I'm going to use a brush for this because I don't trust my sponge skills. So close to my eye. Look at this. I mean, so this one's particularly hard to see, so I'm going to do it with orange instead so you can all see it. Just kidding, redo. I can do something fun. Adding a little orange. Yellow. Or red if you're red. Have it go with your eye to make it more cat-like. It'll make it more bright too. Couldn't mess that up. Don't do what I did. I leaked. And I'm just gonna fix it like this. There we go. Okay. So you can add some yellow, going up and extending. I'm going to show you different kinds of eyebrows now real quick. This is one. I like it personally because it should go up and you can make them as bold as you want. I put fuzzies on them, but some of you girls can, you know, not do as many fuzzies or do them at the end. This for now, just to show you some different things you can do. I like when they go up and away from the face. Like this. So that's one kind of cat eyebrow you can do. Another is, I'm going to take this side of my face off now. Forgive me, I'm trying to show you a bunch of tricks, you know, with half the face. Okay, so I'm just going to put the white back on over my eye so I can show you a different eyebrow. Of course I got the black on it. Okay, so after you properly covered your eye, hair going the opposite direction of the hair growth too. When you cover your eye, that's kind of how you get your eyebrow covered. If you have dark eyebrows like me, you go opposite of the hair growth. And then if you want to make, depends on what kind of eyebrow you want to make and what your character is. Say you want a surprise expression, you could go like that, and that is a crazy eyebrow. It's a little more mad of a cat. Like, you could have fun with this. I feel like people are afraid of being too cautious, or not afraid of, but rather they are being too cautious. Do one big angry eyebrow. Not one, but two, obviously. Or you can do something like, it's so much fun changing eyebrows. So I'm saying, think about what kind of character your cat is, because it really will alter the expressions you make. Finish a few eyebrows. Okay. So you want to be kind of a sympathetic cat, like the white cat. I kind of go down like this. It's going to be a pretty, just slender and going out, because then you have the ability to do this with your eyes. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, I'm not sad. I'm happy. So you can do that and go down. That'll give you more of a sympathetic look. And if you go all the way down, you take off this little end. And keep continuing that line. You must be a little sad. But have fun with it. Have fun with what you're doing. A really crazy fun one. Do a pattern with it. Just to keep it going up. I just love the one that's going up though. I just feel like it's more cat-like. I think that's more cat-like. Or just change your eyebrow expression day. If you want to, even just do cute little short ones. You can do that too. Another cool thing to do for guys is to shade the inner part of your eye with whatever color you want. So I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use brown to do this maybe. It depends on what you want to achieve. I'm just going to go in here and kind of shade up my eye. It's going to give it. I mean, this is if you're kind of playing like a darker character, but only the corners. You don't want to do the whole thing or you're going to lose your eyes. I don't really do anything to this because this side of my face is already kind of painted yellow and such. And that's going to kind of give it a more sunken in, tragic, sad look. And of course, after all this, you want to powder your face.